All right, good morning. So it's time for a little big country sports. So meet Jacob Stahls, the gentleman playboy owner of the Bayside Whalers in the Big Country Football League. He is an undercover agent for the BCI, and his cover is former All-American or All Big Country College star, now a playboy owner of the Bayside football team. So this allows him to travel around and use his status as a playboy owner of a professional team to get clues and leads all around the big country. But today, his team, he is in Unionville, and while here, he will be hobnobbing and learning from informants information toward the next sting on the Minax organization. And so we are facing, Bayside is facing the Unionville Toughs. Unionville is owned by Brandeis Still. Jonathan Brandeis III is the owner of Brandeis Still. This team is coached by Tommy Carter. They are in a small horseshoe stadium, Brandeis Still Stadium, 19,000 strong. They are a CC rated team. Bayside, our main protagonist, our heroes team, is a for-profit team, as he is a playboy, but he needs this team to make money. Management is Gordy Jinks, who's a certified CPA, runs the team for him, as again, he is a playboy gallivanting around the world. The coach is stubborn Gary Shields. He is a former military man who's all about organization. And again, this team is a CC. And we will find out who wins this game today. For those who follow my big country sports games, again, I created an entire setting and world for these games with the intent to enjoy it as a fictional post-World War II America in such a way as role-playing, etc. So again, I'm going to be able to combine my agent, Jacob Stahls, the owner from the Big Country Football League, as an agent in my solitaire games. So, and this is the cover. So we're going to go ahead though and play Bayside at Unionville right here, right? Okay, so again, I'm using the Time Sports 5 book. This is no longer available. I did pull this. These games though are updated. All the games that are in this book are updated and improved in a book now called Time Sports, a paperback that's just Time Sports as opposed to Big Country Time Sports. But I'm using this particular book because I like it. So, all right, Unionville will have the ball first following the kickoff, and we need our dice. There we go. We'll use these. Actually, I don't need two. We're going to use a die here because I'm going to use cards for the drives today. So Unionville's first drive of the game is 2, and we're looking at the C chart. C chart is a MFG, missed field goal attempt. So they drive down the field and they miss a field goal. Bayside takes over. Again, in the owner's box, hobnobbing with Brandeis is our young playboy, Jacob Stahls, as they root on their teams. While doing so, he will be investigating and paying close attention and trying to keep his ear to the ground to learn information while he's here in Unionville. 4 is a field goal. So his team is going to get a field goal here. And they're up. So he's maybe talking a little smack here to Brandeis. 2, it's going to be another missed field goal. So Unionville now, John Brandeis getting very upset and being embarrassed here as his team drives into field goal range twice and his field goal kicker chinks them both. Brandeis, John Stahls, gives him a knowing glance saying, don't worry about it. It's just football. 4, his team drives down, makes another field goal. So at the end of the first quarter, his team, Bayside, will be up 6-0. As the owner of the Unionville the Unionville Toughs, getting a little irritated with the lack of offensive production here. Unionville in the second quarter, as the game wears on, is going to see his place kicker miss another field goal. And at this point, John Brandeis is scribbling down notes and handing them to his right-hand man, his assistant. I'm assuming those notes say stop kicking field goals. Notes might say something like cut that kid. but that is something that Stahls is not capable of finding out. Oh, but Stahls' team turns it over. Oh, I was supposed to be checking drive links. Dang it, so I blew that. This has drive links on it, so it's a turnover. It is a sack with a punt. So it's going to be a punt, but we're going to see a sack from the DL of Unionville. So big play forces a turnover and a punt. Unionville goes to work. This drive, by the way, I was supposed to be checking the drive links. It's a short drive. And then roll 3. 3 is a punt. So they short drive and they punt to give us an idea of what's happening on this beautiful green field. Of course, in Unionville, it's probably a muddy, ugly field. Bayside, before they go into the tunnel in the half, the final drive in the half is how long? It is a long drive, so they start marching down the field. Looks like they're gonna be the recipients of more points, and then they turn it over, folks. And the turnover is a defensive 2 interception. So QB intercepted by DB2, and that's going to wrap up the first half. Nobody scores in the second quarter, and it's 1948 in the fall in Unionville in a gray and overcast day on a muddy field. Bayside leads thanks to 2 field goals in the first quarter, 6-0. Bayside, though, after a pep talk from coach, comes out. Again, their coach is Shields, I believe. Yep, Shields is not going to be happy with those interceptions and the big sack. Here we go. So their first drive of the third quarter is another long drive. So again, they get the kickoff and they start a long drive, folks. 4 is going to end in a field goal. They'll take it because it helps them secure a 2-possession lead. But again, Shields not going to be happy so far with this. Now a long drive, so the kickoff, long drive down the field, and Unionville's going to get a field goal. Finally, their kicker. So maybe the note that Brandeis scribbled down and sent down to his coaching staff was tell him that he's, his steps are off by, he needs to slow down and reevaluate his timing, the kicking steps. So maybe Brandeis is coaching up the place kicker from the box, huh? All right. The Bayside Whalers get the kickoff. It's going to be a short drive, and it's going to be 3. They're going to end up punting the ball on a short drive. Unionville gets the ball back after the punt. It's going to be a medium drive, 4, 5, a field goal. Uh-oh, folks, it's getting close. As Bayside comes out of the tunnels, opening drive is a nice long drive. They kicked a field goal. Unionville amassed 2 field goals, so they've gotten their kickers straightened away. It is 9-6 going into the fourth quarter as the sun has moved across the sky and the day and the day wanes as Stahls here hobnobbing with Brandeis's friends and family, co-workers, peers, is trying to learn some by just eavesdropping and paying close attention. Maybe hear some rumors of some dastardly doings that might be going on around Unionville. So he hears a little bit about a strike, maybe a potential strike that piques his interest. Why would they be striking now? Maybe somebody's trying to be an instigator. Here's something about one of the steel factories being shut down for 2 days due to some maybe there's a saboteur around. We don't know. Bayside, fourth quarter, goes to work. Can Gary Shields get his owner a victory for week 1? 2. No, it's going to be a miss. Uh-oh, so Bayside's kicker now misses a field goal after, by the way. It was a long drive, so they drive down the field. He misses a chip shot field goal. Unionville, after that, starts a short drive. 1 is a turnover, and the turnover is a fumble lost. So it's going to be a running back 2, fumble lost to linebacker Star. And jumping to his feet, Jacob Stahls forgets for a minute that he is also working, races to the edge of the box, listening to the fans boo as he cheers and fist pumps his defense, taking the ball away in the fourth in a very close game. Bayside with their final drive as time wanes. It's a long drive, and 4 is going to give him another field goal, and he can't help but be happy about it because it might be all he needs to win. And the final moments of the game it's going to end up being maybe a scoop and score. 5. No, they're going to end in a field goal. Could have been a scoop and score. So how long was the drive? The drive was a medium drive. The ball was fumbled. They called it an incomplete. It was a scoop and score. They called it incomplete. This medium drive's ended in a field goal. And both teams get yet another field goal in a miserable opening weekend. Maybe it's been raining. 12-9. My character, Jacob Stahls, the young playboy owner of the Bayside Whalers, is going to see his team win the opening game of the weekend. They are 1-0. Unionville falls to 0-1. And there it is, folks. So he will spend the evening having dinner and celebrating, talking football, among other things, with the owner of Brandeis Steel and some of his individuals, as they will all go to dinner afterwards. And again, because they view him as a former All-American football player and star, but a playboy, a whimsical playboy, probably a little bit of condescension runs through the dinner, as they don't necessarily. Brandeis is a self-made man, having built the biggest steel. His father, his family built the biggest steel empire in the big country. They probably look down on this young playboy who appears to be enjoying the good life. But that's his cover, Jacob Stahls. So this has been the introduction to Jacob Stahls, an agent for the BCI, and we enjoy the big country football game at the same time. Thanks for watching. Good day.